It is day 2 here in Buenos Aires. We slept in a little bit this morning, still adjusting to the time change. Waking up at 9 a.m. here feels like 6 a.m. back home.
So we are starting our day with lunch and then making another attempt at the cemetery this afternoon. We've been on the hunt for this local dish called churipan. We're having trouble finding them and our tour starts soon, so we're just gonna settle for some empanadas, which I'm not disappointed about. These look amazing. This guy's cooking them in this huge brick oven. I think this is it. We got totally different flavors from yesterday, but we're in a really big hurry to make our cemetery tour, so I'm gonna eat real fast. That was so delicious. I tried a really different one today called the humita. It was corn. It was delicious. They were a tad bit more expensive than the ones we had yesterday, but I think they were a tad bit better too.
Cooked in the brick oven, they were fantastic. And I think the fact that the cemetery was closed yesterday is actually going to work out for the better, because now we're going on an actual tour of the cemetery, so we'll probably learn a lot more than we would have just wandering around by ourselves. But we're running late, so we have to get this way.
150 pesos per person.
Sure.
You pay that at the end only if it was worth it.
Okay.
Yes, but you gotta know about this because some people will come to these ones looking for these ones or the other way around. So you just keep this and I'll see you here at 3:10.
Fantastic.
Apparently they give everybody 10 minutes to get here, so we were early. We didn't have time to get a water.
Buenos Aires was founded in the 16th century, but for more than 200 years we had no graveyards in this town.
So eventually they did build a graveyard here, and apparently the reason this one looks so fancy is because a lot of people started moving to the area. They decided they didn't want to be near an ugly cemetery, so they built a really fancy one.
Super fancy. It's kind of creepy because a lot of the coffins are exposed. Like they're in these big rooms and there's like a glass window or just like a fence to block them off, and you can see the coffins right in front of you with a dead person inside.
Adult coffins, baby coffins. It's pretty crazy.
If you're gonna spend that much money on a coffin, you want people to see it.
That's what the tour guide told us. So we just learned that these mausoleums are kind of like icebergs. The top, like what you see above ground, is only a small part of it. Some of them can be as large as 60 square meters below and cost up to $500,000. They're all private property, so they can be bought and sold just like real estate.
We're gonna try to sum this up at the end. We're moving pretty quickly through this cemetery. We don't want to lose the group. That's real.
The tour just ended. It is now about 5 o'clock. I definitely think we made the right decision going on a tour as opposed to just by ourselves yesterday, because otherwise we would have been wandering around looking at
so much
graves, having no earthly idea what we were looking at, and there was a ton of stories.
We were gonna go back through and recap some of our favorite graves, but they closed the doors as soon as we left, so we're just gonna have to tell you here on the sidewalk. So one of the craziest things we learned was about this girl who they thought she died in her bedroom. They buried her, put her in the little mausoleum, and then somebody went to check on it one day and it had kind of moved. Somehow they thought something weird had happened in there, so they opened it up to make sure she was still in there, and she had been buried alive. And she was trying to escape, but then she died.
The family felt so bad that they built this like huge statue of her.
Marble thing on the other side.
She wasn't an important person, but she was buried alive, so she got like one of the coolest graves in the whole entire cemetery.
And then there was one more really crazy one.
Oh yeah, he told like this 20-minute story about this girl named Eva Perón. Basically, she sounded like the most controversial figure in all of Argentina's history.
Some people loved her, some people hated her.
There was like 16 years of people hiding her body. She was mummified and put on display in this glass shrine.
They took her to Italy, and then somebody brought her back and hid her in her attic.
It was a 20-minute story. You'll have to Google Eva Perón, E-V-A-P-E-R-O-N.
But her grave is like super average. It's not even that great, but because the grave was already there before she died, they didn't get to make it pretty. Anyways.
It was a great tour. Highly recommended.
And now we're gonna end the day with some ice cream.
And maybe some churripan if we can find it.
One of our viewers told us we had to get ice cream at this place, so here we are.
Doesn't take much to convince us.
We got 3 chocolate-based flavors naturally, 80% dark chocolate cocoa, some kind of peanut butter, smooth marshmallow deliciousness, and dulce de leche triple tenation. Dulce de leche is apparently a thing here, like you have to get it. I'm gonna try that one first. It's like so caramelly. To the guy who gave us this recommendation on Facebook, thank you. Something really exciting happened on our way back from the ice cream shop.
We got a very important email. There was one thing that I wanted to do more than anything else when we were planning our trip to Argentina, and that was learn how to play polo. Because apparently polo originated here in Argentina, and we just got an email that confirmed that sometime in the next 5 days we're going to be spending a full day learning how to play polo. Riding horses with the stick things that I don't know what they're called, trying to hit a ball.
And trying to record at the same time.
I'm so pumped.
We might have to take turns on the horse in order to capture it on video. We'll figure it out. I think we're gonna end the vlog here. I don't think that we can have as many empanadas as we had earlier and ice cream and churripans in the same day. We're feeling really fat. We're gonna save them for tomorrow or another day and keep it light for dinner.
Yeah, a sausage sandwich was just not sounding like what my stomach needed right now. Also, I hope you enjoyed our day at the Recoleta Cemetery. I know I had a blast trying to get awesome shots with our new camera setup. And speaking of, we are going to be publishing a new gear list with all of the new toys that we got for the holidays because a ton of people have asked. We'll put that somewhere in the link below. Somewhere. We'll put a link somewhere.
What he means is we're going to put a link below. We worked up a little thirst on our tour. It's pretty hot in Argentina.
2.5 liters of water.
Staying hydrated.
Still not framed. Oh, got it.